It's as if Biden and Kamala don't even care about the tens of thousands of Americans caught in Afghanistan. I mean, we all know they don't, but they can at least act like they do. Zang-a-lang and salutations, my lovely little lunatic. It's me, your friendly internet psychopath, Insanity, here with my co-host, Bob.
Hello.
And today, on the Insane Report, it just keeps getting worse over in Afghanistan.
Yep, a bunch of people can't get out due to the fact that all the natives want to run like hell and get out, along with the simple fact that the Taliban are now gathering guns and rounding up people.
Yep. It's almost as if this couldn't have been pretty much any worse than the way it was handled.
Pretty much.
But before we jump into it, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Also, follow us on Locals,
Rumble,
Minds,
and PocketNet.
and maybe throw us $1 or $2 on PayPal or with Bitcoin or Ethereum. Anywho, we're just gonna jump right into this. Bam! From the Daily Mail. A bald-faced lie. Biden is slammed for claiming Kabul chaos was inevitable after months of saying it was not. Irritable president snaps in the car crash interview over questions on Afghans falling from planes. Biden defended handling of Afghan crisis in an interview on Wednesday with ABC's George Stephanopoulos. He answered questions for the first time in a week as the chaotic evacuation of Kabul continues. Chaotic evacuation of Kabul evacuation. Yeah. Snapped at questions about Afghans falling to their deaths after clinging to the wheels of the U.S. evacuation planes. That was like 4 to 5 days ago, man. Come on, man. He said about the video from Monday to the bemusement of his critics. Opponents reacted with disbelief to the idea that a chaotic evacuation was inevitable after U.S. withdrawal. No way to avoid this chaos. That's a bald-faced lie, said Senator Tom Cotton, Republican from Arkansas. Nikki Haley, Kellyanne Conway, Donald Trump Jr., and Rick Grinnell have all condemned the president's remarks. Because, yes, it was an absolute screw-up by the Biden administration. Let's see this. There we go. Okay. But yeah, as you can see right here, like it says, the embassy says U.S. cannot guarantee safe passage to Kabul airport.
Now, one of the big problems that they're actually having is the fact that all the Afghan people want to get out, so the actual U.S. citizens can't get to the airport.
Yep, and hopefully the Taliban will keep their promise and not and help get these people out. But I don't really know. Now here. Up to 15,000 Americans remain in Afghanistan after Taliban takeover. U.S. officials said about 1,100 citizens. Okay, that's all. 1,100 U.S. citizens, permanent residents, and their families were evacuated on 13 flights as of Tuesday. Which, of course, leads into this bit. There is no help. U.S. puts just 100 passengers on an Afghanistan evacuation plane that can take 600 as stranded Americans say they can't get to the airport, and the Taliban has become more violent. 18 U.S. Air Force C-17 cargo jets were used overnight to remove 2,000 people from Kabul. These planes can carry 600 people, and one took 604 out on Saturday night. But on Tuesday, one had 300 people on board. It means the remaining 17 took 1,700, an average of 100 per flight.
This is unacceptable.
Well, here's the big thing. One thing that I'm now thinking about this is maybe they couldn't get in.
Well, yeah, that is true. People are having a hard time getting there. And if they may actually be going, okay, we're only taking American citizens.
That's really the only hopeful outcome of this. The UK, Italy, Germany, and Australia are also sending planes away half empty while thousands beg to be let in at the airport gates. I'm sorry, but unless you're an actual American citizen, you normal Afghans, you could have fought. You could have fought to save your country, but now you just want to be pulled out. I'm sorry. Nah, that's your problem. It's like I'm not trying to leave the United States despite the fact that Biden is turning it into an absolute hellhole. The State Department is now telling people in Afghanistan to head to the airport to be put on a flight. No one can get through to the airport to board the flights because of the chaos in the streets outside. The only guarantee of safety is coming from the Taliban, who are already becoming more violent. There has been no word from Joe Biden since his statement on Monday claiming he did the right thing, which we just saw he did. With the other one, there are thousands of people waiting to be saved by the West after its decision to leave the region. The White House is refusing to take responsibility for the shambolic effort or offer any more help. Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani has turned up in Dubai after fleeing in a helicopter with cash. So yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, but it's not up to us to save them. And of course, they're already talking about sending 10,000 or so refugees here. Sorry, no. I'm sorry, but no. Sorry. Maybe women and children, but most of the people trying to leave are men.
Yeah, because they don't want to get murked.
Yeah, but it could be a lot worse.
As we'll read.
Nobody can get to the Kabul airport. Increasingly frantic Western expats say they can't reach their evacuation flights because of a huge crowd of terrified Afghans blocking their access, including desperate mothers who are giving their babies to soldiers because they know what's coming. Westerners and Afghan visa holders are facing fresh hell at Kabul airport today as they try to flee Afghanistan. Expats say they cannot reach checkpoints to get into the airfield because terrified locals are blocking them. I'm sorry, but shove them. Do something. Get them out of the way because, honestly, it's this point in time, we need to get our people out, and then I'm sorry to the rest of you, but this is what you get. Britons, Norwegians, Australians, and Canadians all said that their way out of the country was blocked by crowds of Afghan refugees and Taliban guards who dished out beatings and whippings seemingly at random. Paul Farthing, a British ex-Marine, said getting a flight is a lottery and rubbished claims that the Taliban are letting people through checkpoints, saying he cannot even get to the checkpoint. Flights are leaving the airport today. UK and US officials insisted with more than 2,000 people due to fly out. Once again, I'm now understanding why maybe the number is a bit lower because no, we're not taking the Afghan people. I'm sorry, we're not. I'm sorry. It's our people first and then, sorry, leave you to it. But that's going to be bad. The spoils of war. Taliban try out fun fair dodgems as fighters go door to door in Kabul looking for Western allies amid claims of grape gangs in other cities. Taliban gangs are reportedly marauding the streets of Kabul, hunting for girls as young as 12 years old for happy fun time. Slaves. Militants go door to door trying to track down locals accused of helping Western forces during the war. Taliban fighters regarded unmarried women aged from 12 to 45 as something and spoils of war to be shared. Female Afghans are feared to be some of the most at-risk people under the new Taliban regime. Of course they are.
Yeah, didn't like 90% believe in Sharia law?
Yes, which now continues on. Afghanistan's biggest female pop star escapes to U.S. flight and fears grow that captured female governor will be executed. As Taliban say, scholars will decide if women can work. Also, she ran off. She said, "I'm going to be alive," but where is it? Trying to see. It was something about. Whatever. They're not having, there will be a vow. Afghanistan's biggest, the women in the country fear the strict Sharia law. But, yep. If I remember was there anything else here? No, they were basically saying there will be no democracy. There will be no democratic system at all because it does not have base in our country. Which is true. It's true. It's one of the things where it is believed to be okay to do things to underage children. You can't change these people's minds. It would take over 100 years, multiple generations, which that's just not going to happen. And for the last one for now. So much for the moderate Taliban. Warlord begin rounding up ex-government staff and attack women and children at Kabul airport despite promise to be moderate. Pentagon watchdog says Taliban is offering safe haven to Al-Qaeda.
This is gonna be an absolute hellhole.
Yep. No, I think well, China's trying to reach out, but they don't want anything to do with it. Russia's a bit more like, oh, because they've had to deal with these people. So China's gonna fund them mainly because they want that money and they want the mines and the minerals that are all there and the oil and stuff. But they're very cautious. The White House has declared victory over Al-Qaeda as U.S. troops depart from Afghanistan. Huh? But on Tuesday, a Pentagon watchdog reported that the Taliban was providing safe haven for the terrorist groups in Afghanistan. The assessment raises concerns that the country could again be used to launch attacks against the U.S. With Americans and their allies racing for exits, experts warn that Washington's human intelligence ability has been severely eroded. The UN reported recently that Al-Qaeda's ailing leader, Ayman al-Zawahiri, was living in the country. On Tuesday, the Taliban held a press conference and presented themselves as a moderate governing force.
Maybe compared to what they used to be.
Maybe. Spokesperson blah 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 said that they would honor women's rights within Sharia law.
You have no rights within Sharia law, so of course we'll honor them.
Videos from Kabul shows heavily armed militants driving around the city, firing guns amid reports of activists and government workers being hunted down. Also, if I remember correctly, Milley...
Oh, the one general, whoever, who says he wants to understand white rage?
Yeah, it seems like he may be stepping down, and it's funny because, like, CNN is all these places are now going after Biden because they realize they can't defend this. No matter how they try to spin it, it's indefensible. They can't do anything about this. But this is going to haunt the Democrat Party for, I'd say, multiple elections, maybe 4 or 5 elections, because all they have to do is keep bringing up. Once again, this is also all the people who voted against Trump. I hope you're happy. You didn't vote for Biden. You voted against Trump, and this is what you got. Because we all know what Trump would have done. The instant the Taliban took something they weren't supposed to, because originally, yeah, he had the thing all set up, and he made sure they knew that we know where you live. We will drone the hell out of you. We will kill you and your family if you go against us. But, of course, Biden didn't do jack squat. So now, China's looking over at this, and they're talking to Taiwan going, the U.S. will not save you. And with Biden at the helm, probably not.
It is truly this is all he'll ever be remembered for. Even with the eviction moratorium, all of that stuff, the horrible way about all the vaccine garbage, all of that stuff, he will be remembered for this, and he will be remembered as an abject failure.
There is a reason Jen Psaki hasn't come back. Kamala Harris has been completely quiet. And now Biden is actually, I think, going back on vacation. He mentioned how he was having problems with his sleep and all.
Yeah, no. Impeach him, pull out the 25th, and honestly, at this point in time, there's nothing that can be done.
There really isn't. There really is nothing that can be done anymore. Because this is not even a year in, 8 months in, he is an absolute failure. Now, we need, I don't know what to do with this, but we need to focus on Taiwan, we need to focus on China, and we need to focus on ourselves, because obviously this whole go in and try and change everything didn't work at all. It's truly sad.
It truly is.
Well, anywho, that's the end of this little video. If you like this video, then check the like button and subscribe for more.
Insanity.
And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.